Time for another edition of RealConvo with Alan Mednick and Khan. Making a difference because you matter.
Well, I had a really interesting video before, so I don't know if you saw it, but I'm sure you did. So I'm not going to do any singing right now. But what I do want to point out is that you all know that this is the week to change direction in mental health. So
Right.
Everybody familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. And I think we're going to make other people more familiar with it. It's a huge campaign, right? All across the world.
So this is a campaign that started back in 2015 through the White House, had convened a summit to bring about basically coming up with some signs of mental health, just like, you have a heart attack, the signs of a heart attack. You know that if you have tightness of chest, if you have the pain going up and down the arm, shortness of breath, they're probably signs of a heart attack. So they basically wanted to come out with the same type of signs, but for mental health. Mm-hmm. So they convened a whole bunch of people, including the AFSP and You Matter and Give an Hour and a bunch of these organizations that came up basically with 5 signs of mental health. And then the following year, they actually teamed up with Prince Harry in London called...
Can we still call him Prince? He's a prince for what he did.
Actually, the funny thing is that every time you say Prince, you only think of one prince. So, hey, raspberry beret, right? So anyway, they teamed up with him, and he had an organization called Head Start or Heads Up, and they teamed together, and now this whole thing went global. So right now we're in that week to change direction. Last year, we reached 40. It reached 43 states, 42 countries. It had over, I think it was 27 million reaches in the world from what I was told. And it's just amazing. So we're in that week right now. We want to continue it. And again, there's a way to change direction, many ways. And what's the way that we're working on right now?
Right now, we're going to change direction through books. Yes, that's a big part of the initiative because any books that support mental health awareness, like the Blossoms of Floraland does, as you know, are part of changing direction on how we talk about mental health. And joining us now to help us change direction is Mindy Bisignano. She is the author of a new book. This is your first book, right, Mindy?
Oh, yes, it's my first book. I never wrote a book before.
Well, congratulations. But it's helped you mentally as well deal with this whole COVID-19. And we've talked about the contest before, but we thought, you know what? This is unprecedented times. We're going to extend this book contest. So if this is your first time hearing about it, don't worry. You have plenty of time. So I just want to kind of go into the backstory a little bit. This pandemic inspired you to write a book to help children who are dealing with this, because this is pretty scary stuff for a lot of people.
Exactly. What I did was I wrote a book to help them to understand, what it is that was happening, and that basically I tried to explain that it is a flu and that a flu doesn't last forever. And it's through a story of a little girl and her mom and how they were dealing with coping with being in the home by making stories up and cooking and doing all kinds of fun things in the house, which was helping them to get through this isolation time. So I thought that was great to write about, but then I was inspired to think about maybe all the children that are out there dealing with this would like to be able to write their own story and write about what they were feeling. And now we were even talking about maybe even allowing it to be bigger than that and have kids become more creative and write about maybe a superhero that comes along to save everyone from the virus. So it can be even more, whatever anyone wants to create. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking everyone out there to just put on their creative caps and write whatever book they want to.
Yeah, and there's a specific site. And for people who are listening to this, don't worry about it. We're going to have all the information on our RealConvo site, but it will give you instructions on what to do. There's a website, parents who are listening, that you can have your kids go on. It's free. You're going to take that submission and basically send it to you, Mindy, and you are going to be the judge of all of these.
Yes. That's correct.
And we're going to pick a winner And who doesn't love being a winner? Who doesn't love a prize? And so we're going to extend this to June 30th. And Alan is still, he's finally dealing and accepting the fact that he can't participate.
I'm still challenging that. I'm still challenging that
okay,
one.
maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
Okay.
So, but I can understand why he's a little upset, because this is one heck of a prize, Mindy. Why don't you tell everyone what they're going to win, or the winner will get?
Sure. The prize is going to be $200 for the best story, and also a Blossoms of Floraland book signed by the author, and also a t-shirt.
That is right. And a copy of you, and a copy of your book.
Actually, Miranda, let's see that book again and say a little something about it.
You like this? It's so appropriate that we're doing this, because it was 4 years ago exactly that I lost my sister to suicide, and this was her baby. This was her whole idea, was the Blossoms of Floraland, this whole world that she created. And I basically took the notes from her book and put it together and published it. And I'm so happy to be teaming up with you, Mindy, and doing this, because it means a lot. We're definitely changing direction about how people talk about and treat people with mental illness.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah. And I'm just super excited about it. I mean, Alan's happy, even though he can't win the prize, but we're going to actually read the story on RealConvo. I can't wait to do that. This is going to be so awesome.
Yes,
I'm so excited. I love it. I love it. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Well,
Alan's trying not to pout.
No, and I do really appreciate you doing this, because this is something that's really needed. And anything that we get the kids doing to keep active is a good thing. And actually using their mind to try and create is even better. So Thank you so much for doing this.
Well, thank you for having me on, and thank you for being part of it too. I appreciate it.
It's going to be great. Thanks for helping us change direction. Always a pleasure, Mindy.
And Mindy, we always want to let you know that you matter, and everybody else, we want to let you know that you matter out there. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.
For more Real Convos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.